Hello friends, welcome back, and in this today's video we will be learning about what exactly the metrics of an ICICI bank, which will tell at the end of the video whether we have to invest in ICICI bank for the long term or we should drop that idea. So welcome to the video, and this is your host Abhilash, and today I will be talking about the recent result of an ICICI bank which grew almost 19%. The street estimates were almost dipped by 13%. They estimated that the profit would be around 4,300 crores, but ICICI bank turned out to be tremendously good in terms of year to year its profit. That is, it has jumped 19%, and it stood at 4,939.6 crore. And the net interest income, you can see that it's 16%. So as of now, from results, I can say the ICICI Bank is on the right track compared to most of its peers. On the screen, you can see that in December 2020, the profit stood at 19% year-to-year growth, and the net interest income stood at 9,912.5 crore, which is really good. And in the Q3, third quarter, the deposits were up by 22% year to year. That is 8,74,348 crores. You can compare with its peers. That's the only reason why it is second largest bank in India. So let's start our performance analysis of ICICI Bank of the recent quarter. So every time I always suggest my viewers, while analyzing the stock, the main thing you need to understand is the business. So I hope you all are familiar with how exactly the ICICI Bank operates. So it's into retail and corporate loans. So in the recent time, they have disclosed that almost 56% comes from the retail. The loan book is covered with 56% from the retailers itself. So they are focusing more on the urban also, because when it comes to ICICI Bank, when it comes to villages, ICICI Bank is the number one. You all know that. I don't have to mention it, right? But in the recent interview, the bank executive have said that even in the cities like metropolitan city, we want to excel, right? And we want to be the number one bank in the coming years. So that feels really optimistic, right, for even investors. So let's start. So in the recent quarter, you can see the total income stood at 40,454 crores. So what it tells, compare with the September quarter and June quarter. So it's you can see that blue color one. The blue color indicates the trend line which is up. So from this you can easily estimate what will be the next quarter based on their future prospects. So for the future prospect, you can directly visit to the link and have a look on what bank executive has told about the future prospect. As mentioned, it is positive. So many people, when analyzing bank stocks, they want to know about what are the provisions, what are the net I mean non-performing assets. So from the big news which ICICI made in recent times is reduced provisions. So you can see this trend line, that is green color one, from 3,000 crores to 2,700 crores, which means there is a reduced bad loans for the ICICI bank, right? So one more positive point. So for every business, there is revenue, out of which there will be some expensive. So when you calculate it, then we come across something called net profit. So you can see the blue color trend line from every quarter. In every quarter, ICICI Bank is really doing well. From 5,426 crore in September quarter to 6,209 crores. 19 crores, which is almost 800 crores jump in a single quarter. So from this, you can see predict what will be the last quarter also. So the one more positive point for the ICICI Bank, right? Next, we will be talking about net non-performing asset. As I mentioned earlier, this was the more focused point for the ICICI Bank in the recent, because of which the many analysts have, I mean, raised their target for the recent times, which was actually the analyst, as I mentioned in the, I mean, video itself. Many analysts were predicting it might fall 13%, but as soon as it posted 19% high, suddenly analysts have changed their view and now they are giving the targets. See, I'm not against the targets, but understanding the business and predicting is much better. So when you follow some analyst, make sure you understand the business and their view align with the company prospect also, right? So net non-performing asset has been dropped. That is really good for the ICICI Bank. Next comes the reserve and surplus, which is really good for the ICICI Bank. You can see what is the reserve and surplus in the March 2020. As of March 2020, I'm talking about the last years. So you have to predict the future also. So there is a continuous growth from within a 4 years. Within a 4 years, it has been grown. I mean, grew by almost 20,000 crores. So in March 2020, it stood at 1,21,661 crores. One more positive point. Up to now, we have analyzed almost six metrics and, I mean, five metrics. In all the five. I mean, ICICI Bank is doing really good. Now comes the deposit. For any bank, deposit is something which shows how much trust they are building, right? So every year the deposit is increasing, which means the customer are showing more trust on the bank, because of which they are depositing in the bank. As deposit grows, obviously company also grows. So this is the important metric, you know. So you can see within a 3 years the deposit grew almost 3 lakhs, from 5,85,796 crores to 8 lakh crores. It is not a joke, right? So that's the only reason it is second largest bank, private bank in the India. Six positive points. Next, cash flow. While doing, I mean, many people know, you might be knowing what is intrinsic value, right? So in that, what actually matters is what is actual cash coming in our hand. That can be, I mean, analyzed through these cash flow sectors. That is operating cash flow from the investment, and cash flow from the finance. So while calculating, what actually matters is cash flow from the operating. So you can see the cash flow from operation is continuously increasing. The blue line indicates its trend from 19,000 to 79,000 within a 3 years. I mean, that is really good. Seventh positive point. Operating margin is something which need to be improved, right? ICICI Bank, they saw a downfall. The trend line is below because of 2019. In 2019 March, they saw a decline from 14.63 to 7.9, which is almost half, right? That is really bad, but once again they are doing better. You can see from 7.9 to 13.23. So this will be it should be in the watch list by the end of the year, that is in March 2021, right? So one negative point, but it is not a negative point, but the trend is, I mean, declining. The next is P, price to earning, which is which another, I mean, a bad point, because in 2019 it saw a 60.59, which means the price has been increased but the earning is less, because of which it grew from 23 to 60. But once again I mean, it reflected good in what do you say, in March 2020. Once again it is back to the good number from 60.59 to 21.86, which means the price and earning, they're aligning with each other. So 21.86, it is a good number when you compare with the peers. The sectoral average is almost 22 to 25, so 21 is really good number for the ICICI Bank. The last one is CAR, capital adequacy ratio. It should always, I mean, should be maximum, but you can see it is declining from 18 to 17, 17 to 16. So which is not good for the ICICI Bank, right? So this is the total, I mean, this is the point which need to be considered while investing also. So out of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, out of 10 points, ICICI stood, I mean, almost done good in 8 metrics. So out of 10 it is ranking at 7 to 8. It is really good, right? So I have tried to bring all the points Now we have to decide whether to invest or not.